right, Coach. Fantastic season last year. Get all the way to Lincoln. Come up a little bit short, but still a phenomenal year. When you look back, what's your biggest takeaway from last year?
We had a lot of growth. It's not often you have teams that learn from bad experiences, and we got beat 2 games this year and beat pretty good. But they learned so much from that, and they really picked up their game. They took that as an opportunity to learn, and we went out and coached them up, and they took it. And not all teams do that from year to year, but we were able to make some adjustments. The kids trusted the coaches, they trusted the game plan, and most importantly, trusted each other, and made for a pretty magical run through the playoffs because we not only played well, we dominated well, and it was exciting to see that.
Now, you get all the way to Lincoln last year, and you return some of the best talent in the state heading into next year. How excited are you about this group? Well,
really excited, but as a coach, you get ready for the grind, and we got together yesterday with all the kids, and we're ready for the grind. It starts now, and we can either look at all the preseason banter that's going to come our way, or we can get to work and earn it, and that's what we're going to have to do. And the kids know that. We want to make sure we sent that message the first day.
Okay, now some of your leaders that are coming back, starting the trenches with Cade Haberman. What does he mean to your team? What does he bring to the squad?
Well, one of the reasons for our run at the end was getting Cade more active in certain spots on defense, and he's a difference maker. We talk about playmakers on offense, but he's a playmaker on the line on both sides of the ball. So one of the most special linemen we've had here in a long time. I'd put him in the top 3 since I've been here, and I think he's got a lot of high-end talent, and he's great work ethic, and more importantly, he's a good leader. So excited to have him for one more year because he's going to anchor our team.
What's kind of the feedback that you're getting from college coaches? I know he's a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah. He's tough. That's the thing. He's a multi-sport athlete. They love his competitiveness. They love his toughness. And he hasn't just shown that for 1 year. It's been sustained. He started as a freshman. He's been playing both sides of the ball the last 2 years. And, I think he's right up there with the Harrison Phillips type. And the kid can move well, too. He's athletic. He's fast. And, defensive side of the ball, I think he's going to be a pretty special athlete.
Okay, so you see him on defense in college?
Both sides. Okay. The 6'2" and 3/4 size or 6'3" is something that obviously they're looking for higher, taller kids at the next level. But he can play both ways. He's just a competitor. He's tough. And I'd sure play him on the defensive side. But that's every coach is going to have their own thing.
Okay. And then, of course, Avante Dickerson is a name that I think pretty much everybody in the state knows about. Speak to his talent and kind of what he adds to your team.
Well, he's been special since he's been a freshman. He's just special talent, right? God-given talents, and he's a great coachable kid, and that's what he's been since he's a freshman. His discipline on defense, his eyes are the best I've ever seen in a kid his age. But his talent speaks for itself. And offensively, we look to get him in different places so people can't match up against him. But, he fought through some injuries this year, but we're looking to get him healthy. He needs to get in the weight room and get stronger. That's his number one thing, I think, in the offseason. If he does, I think he's going to have a magical and special senior year for us.
He's a highly ranked kid.
Yeah.
Has seen a lot of attention. How do you handle that as a coach? Is that something new?
Yeah, it's new for us. It's easy because he's humble. He doesn't talk too much about it. He doesn't let his teammates talk too much about it. We briefly talk about it, and I try to give him some guidance here and there just about the process. But to be honest with you, it's not a big thing because he doesn't make it a big thing. He's going to make a good decision based on what his parents have to say or what his mom has to say, and hopefully input from others. But he's got a lot of great opportunity. And he's gonna make a good decision using the process the right way. So excited to go through that with him.
And then he's a two-way guy for you as well. Where do you project him, or how do you see him fitting in at the next level?
No question, a cornerback. He's got raw, pure skills. He's got the hips. He's got the ball skills, and certainly he's got the foot speed. So he's purely a corner at the next level, no question.
Okay, and then Cole Payton, is the signal caller there for you, a very important part of your team. Speak to his talent and what he meant to you guys.
Big, strong, athletic kid. Last winter when we went through our testing, he just started popping. He was showing numbers that are just awesome. SEC level, athlete level. An LSU coach was in telling us, hey, these numbers are SEC athlete level, and that's kind of where I started realizing this kid's got some special abilities just outside of playing football. And since then, the kid works relentlessly in the weight room. He's a great team guy. And certainly it makes our offense better when we use his legs. So He's been able to diversify our offense just a little bit, and he'd love to play some defense. We're just trying to figure out how to make that fit, because I think at the next level, some teams are looking at him to play that side of the ball possibly, because he's a big, strong, athletic kid who knows the game well.
Do you think he caught some teams by surprise a little bit?
Well, you know, we kind of kept under wraps our read game a little bit towards the end, until the end of the year for various reasons, but we wanted to keep him healthy too. But yeah, I believe you know, it's tough to see until you're on the field with him, until he takes you on shoulder to shoulder, or he's outrunning you like he did the last couple games. What kind of talent he is, but he showed it, and I don't think we'll surprise too many people next year with him.
Yeah, he had some runs in that prep game.
Yep.
I think that's when it kind of opened my eyes to
Yep.
his overall athleticism. I mean, is that going to be obviously continue to be a big part of what
Well,
you're going to do?
yeah, and part of that is who do you have behind him, right? But yeah, we're going to open it up and let Cole be Cole and have the best year he possibly can. And we're not going to worry about injuries. We're not going to worry about what ifs. We're just going to let him cut him loose and see what he can do for us. And I think it's going to be a pretty special year. We have a couple backups behind him that I think are competent, come out and win games. So we're going to let him do what he can do.
And then a couple more key pieces. I mean, I guess who. I know you got a lot of guys, but who are a couple others that some coaches have kind of been talking with?
Yeah, well, Kobe Bretz is a pretty special talent. You know, he played safety for us this year in some whiteout, and he was nursing an injury all year long, and so he's a special player, and I think he's one of the best safeties that I've seen here in a long time, and certainly even in Class A. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He's still learning the game a little bit, but he's getting better as game by game. So he's a special talent, a special athlete. I think teams that played us already seen that, and coaches have certainly noticed through his junior year too, and he's starting to get plenty of attention from that. Raul Kalani is another player for us that fought through some injury this year. He had to sit out for a few games, but he's going to be a pretty solid player for us at I-back and linebacker next year. Tough kid, fast kid, a relentless worker. So I think he's going to factor into some pretty important roles for us next year as well.
Okay, and then just looking ahead, I mean, you feel like this group is pretty hungry coming, you know, ending the season the way that you guys did?
Well, you know, the last game was pretty tough on us, and Bellevue West beat us pretty good, and we didn't expect that, and that tore us down. We're going to find out what their hunger is now. Now's the time of year. We haven't spent a whole lot of time the last couple of weeks, you know, over break, seeing where their hunger is, but I know there's a core group of 15, 20 guys that didn't miss a beat. They were in the next day. They went to work. But 15 and 20 guys don't win a championship. So we have to have our entire program behind it, and we're going to find out in the next few months what we're made of.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time.
All right, guys. Thank you.